Saturday. Today we have 3 different 6-minute AMRAPs, followed by 6-minute alternating on the minute with some core work for your Saturday workout. Starting up top, our first 6-minute AMRAP will be 9 burpees, 18 bear crawl shoulder taps. You'll have, assuming a brief rest, if I think Matt's filling in on Saturday, if he's feeling nice, you'll have a little bit of rest there. Followed by your next 6-minute AMRAP of a 3-way V-up. We'll go over what that looks like, and 18 hollow rocks, followed by a brief rest. Then our last 6-minute AMRAP of 9 skier hops and 18 alternating crab toe touches. Then you'll definitely get some rest, and then we'll go into our 6-minute alternating on the minute between a 40-second goblet squat hold and a 40-second side plank. And again, we'll go over some of the options there of that side plank to make sure that you're evenly hitting both sides there. So from an equipment perspective, you're going to need a mat as well as either a dumbbell, kettlebell, any sort of heavy object that you can use for that goblet squat hold. So going over these movements that we have, first we have our 9 burpees. I think we're all pretty familiar with burpees at this point, but let's just make sure when we go down, chest is all the way on the ground, hips all the way open at the top with that jump with our hands overhead. It doesn't have to be a big jump, but clearly leaving the ground to just really emphasize our hips opening up at the top for all 9 of those burpees. Then we have 18 bear crawl shoulder taps. Also the same as your pike push-up position. So we want our hips up high compared to our regular shoulder tap when we're in that push-up or plank position. Our hips are going to be up high for those shoulder taps. So to get into this position, just like our pike push-up, you can have a little bit of a bend in your knee here. Your legs don't have to be straight, especially if you have tight hamstrings. You may have potentially a hard time getting into that position and keeping your legs straight. So go ahead and bend your knees. If you have to, you can go up a little bit on your toes. Again, we want our hips up high, and then just like our regular shoulder taps, we're going to bring opposite hand to opposite shoulder for all 18 of those reps. So it'll be 9 total on each side. So what that's going to look like, hips up high, a little bit of a bend in my knee. From here, going into my shoulder taps. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 18. Emphasizing again, hips up high. Don't worry about a bend in your knee or if you're up on your toes a little bit there. So that's our first 6-minute AMRAP, cycling between those 2 movements for 6 minutes. Then next we have our 9 3-way V-ups and 18 hollow rocks. So 1 rep for that 3-way V-up. It'll be a single leg V-up on one side, single leg V-up on the other, and then a regular V-up for 1 rep. So it may take a little bit. So starting first in our hollow body position, making sure that my back is nice and flat on the ground, shoulders are off the ground when I'm in that hollow body position. From that hollow body position, I'm going to go into single leg V-up on one side, single leg on the other, regular V-up. So what that's going to look like from here, that would be 1 rep. I want you to focus on really maintaining that hollow body position. For each of those, you don't want to be either in between reps or going from single to double, kind of collapsing to the ground the whole time. You always want to be returning back to that hollow rock position. My back is flat, shoulders are up. From here, single, double. Always back to my hollow rock. From there, you have your 18, or hollow body, sorry. Now we're going to go into those hollow rocks. We talked about this in class, if you were in my class a couple of weeks ago, with these hollow rocks. We really want to focus on creating tension, and then that's what allows you to have that rock back and forth. Tension is key with any of your gymnastics, whether it's on the rig, in our hollow position or arch position. What allows you to kip on the rig or do a hollow rock is that tension, which allows you to build momentum and move your body. If you feel like you're swinging your arms back and forth, we want to definitely reassess if you're feeling that tension in your body or if you're kind of just relaxed without any tension. So the way that we're going to do that, or at least for me, what kind of helps think about to create some of that tension. Starting first with my lower body, I like to think about squeezing my butt, squeezing my glutes, kind of pointing my toes. This creates tension down here. Then with my shoulders, I'm thinking about putting my shoulder blades in my back pocket, if that makes sense. that helps me create some tension in my shoulders as well. Once I have that tension, that rock back and forth for my hollow rocks will feel less like I'm swinging my arms and more so kind of a naturally created momentum that allows me to maintain that hollow body position the whole time without my arms coming forward. So for my 18 hollow rocks, create that tension, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way to 18. Again, whole timer here. We don't want to see kind of like your arms coming forward or anything like that, but the whole time maintaining that hollow body position. So we have 18 hollow rocks. After that, we're going to go into our last 6-minute AMRAP. We have 9 skier hops, 18 alternating crab toe touches. Those skier hops starting first in our 12 plank position, bringing our feet up to one side, then back, other side, back. So we have 9 of those, followed by our 18 crab toe touches, crab position. If anyone remembers back in elementary school, we used to do kind of crab walks across the gym. I don't know if that was just me. So crab position here, opposite hand to opposite foot. Try and get those hips up, and if you can, that leg straight. So we have 18 total, 9 on each side. So that's our last 6-minute AMRAP that we have. Then we're going to finish up with some core work, alternating on the minute, 40-second goblet squat hold, then you're resting the remainder of that 20 seconds. My squat hold, whatever heavy object you have, you're going to hold that right underneath your chin in that goblet position, squat down, active squat hold, holding here for 40 seconds, not collapsing and resting on my knees, elbows are up that whole time. 40-second squat hold. And then lastly, my 40 seconds of side plank. So you're going to be hitting each of these 3 different times for that 6 minutes on the minute. So I would suggest maybe do 20 seconds on one side, then 20 seconds on the other, so that it's even on your right and on your left side. Side plank, you can either go on your hand, or you can rest on your elbow as well. If you're up on your hand, you can lift up that other hand as well for an extra challenge, or foot as well for an extra challenge. Focus on pushing my hips up. We don't want those hips sagging down. Pushing those hips up the whole time. That's your workout for Saturday. Hope you enjoy and have a great